Hi guys, welcome to the next episode of whatever this is, and it's a pleasure to have you here. So yeah, I was told that I need to introduce myself better, which is always something difficult especially for my massive amount of fans that are waiting for my story and clarity on some of the drastic changes that have occurred over the last couple months. I know it's really rocked your world. It surely has rocked mine. Before, I used to be known as, I hate that. I used to identify myself as Alexa, which is rooted in really poor decision making, mostly from working with this psychotic producer back in Nashville, this old Italian dude who could never pronounce my name properly, which has always been Alex since I came out of my mother, and no one calls me Alexa, ever, growing up at all. But this guy could never say my name right, he always called me Alexa. So then for a while it was Alexa, which was a nightmare because I couldn't find myself and I knew what I was looking for. It was terrible. So then I changed it to ALXXA because it seemed like the right decision to do. I felt, X's, sexy. I wanted to wear more fur. I wanted to do a lot of mesh, a lot of nipple stickers were involved. I felt like that was what I wanted to do at the time. And yeah, I just realized it's actually funny because Justin here called me 3 weeks before my first single, Nobody, came out. We had already submitted it, and Justin says, hey, I have this great idea. And granted, now it's going to be on camera whose idea this name was, and I'm going to owe Justin a lot of money later. This is all recorded, it's going to be in court later, whatever. But he calls me, and he was like, hey, I came up with this crazy idea, you should go by Sad Alex, because what you guys should know is that my last name is Sad. I did not arbitrarily choose Sad Alex just to ride this emo train that is in the world. My last name is Sad, I am Palestinian, my grandpa is Palestinian. I just found out that I have eczema this week, and my grandpa had eczema, and that's, part of the things that run through my family. But anyway, very Palestinian, I'm proud of my roots, and I want to be a little bit more aware of that and contribute and give back and family and whatever. Probably won't have children, so at least I can have a career out of it. So then he calls me about that, and at the time I was still very confused, but also very much thought I wanted to be this sexy, being with the fur and the mesh and all of that. And so when he told me outside Alex, I was like, no, I want to be sexy Alexa. And so I went forward with Alexa for a while, and we had some notable highs, particularly that song, which did the best out of all of the songs, which is hilarious because we put that out on TuneCore, the peasant of distributors. I'm sorry, TuneCore, I love you. You've done great things. But just lost another sponsor. But put out a bunch of songs, and then slowly realized that I was with Alexa. There was this level of chasing trends and stuff involved in that, and chasing a certain identity that was never truly mine. And I realized as I got a little bit older with that that's not a good recipe for longevity and power and uniqueness, and for people to just care. So for a long time it was brewing that I wanted to change, and then a few things happened, I didn't release music for 6 months because I was in this potential distribution deal, which fell through. But that was a great thing, because then at the end of that I was like, okay, haven't put out music in a while, my sounds are changing anyway, my voice is changing, my balls dropped, all these things happened in those 6 months that resulted in this shift that I just wasn't aligning with Alexa anymore. So I changed to Sad Alex, which has been a huge relief. And the main relief of that, which is because one of the hardest part of that transition was, honestly, Instagram, which is really lame to say out loud, but I had that, I hate this part, actually. I want to okay, hold on, let me get my words together. I had the blue check mark, the coveted blue check mark of Alexa, which I think we bought illegally. If anyone wants, because I still get messages to this day asking for the magic secret on how you get the blue check mark. That's it, y'all. You find some guy in Sweden who does it in a questionable way. I don't know how he does it, but that's how we did it. But then once changing your name, once you have that check mark, is a major pain in the ass. And that was what I was worried about. Starting from scratch on Instagram seemed like a path that I didn't want to go down. But then when we changed the name, it was like all the things came together. Thank you, guy in Sweden, for making that happen. But anyway, so we're going to draw something. That's why we're all here. That's why you're here. Today I want to draw something a little different. Well, not different. I have it on my Instagram and stuff. I like drawing women. I like drawing naked women. I like drawing women with pink hair. This one is kind of a silhouette thing. A lot of times I like to draw things that I would want to get tattoos on me soon, and that's kind of my plan for, actually sooner rather than later, I want to start getting tattoos of stuff that I've drawn on my body, because that would make sense, and that would make me cooler, maybe. I don't know. Okay, and it's warm in here. I hope I don't sweat through this shirt. I might have to do a costume change at some point. Okay. A lot of things have happened, y'all. I've been really productive this week. I've been trying this new thing because I was in this phase before of kind of putting back like a bottle of wine a night, which I learned was not great for your health and not great for my productivity either. So I've been trying to only drink on the weekends. Also, because I know it sounds so like, I'm so busy, but like I have had a lot of shit, which has been great. I love being busy. It's a good thing. But I've had a lot of shit that I want to get done, and I want to wake up and not feel like death, because y'all, these hangovers are getting real. I don't know if you feel the same way, but hangovers are tough nowadays. So yeah, that being said, I didn't drink until Saturday, and then I went out with some friends for a friend's birthday, and we got pretty titty. We went to Catalina Island, which was really cool. I hadn't been there before. It's like a nice little mini vacation that you take a little ferry to from LA, or you leave from Long Beach. And then just drank a bunch of tequila, ate a bunch of food, a lot of fish, and y'all, I got laid. Which was the highlight. You can only hope these days that those kind of miracles happen, and it did, so I was pleased. Which brings me to the piping hot tea of the day, y'all. That is the piping hot tea of the day. Getting laid. Because, clink, watch out for all my devices. Okay, great. As I mentioned last time, it's been a hell of a dry spell. But I'm not a big fan of the one night stand. From a physical standpoint, I don't know, there are some women in this world that I very much respect that are able to get off no problem from their one night stands, and that's great. Like, I admire that, I envy that, but typically it's been difficult for me. It's just not to say that I need like some sort of emotional connection, but it can be a tricky time. Oh yeah, that's the boob. Yeah, that's why we're doing this sexual drawing, to channel my inner sex goddess that I was this weekend. Well, I'm concerned I was a little bit of a creature in my drunkenness, just because I was pretty horny, so I think I was maybe being a bit forward, but it resulted well. I will say, I think I'm a much bigger fan of the morning sex than the wasted, sloppy, ridiculous part of the sex. I don't know how y'all feel about that, but yeah, the morning sex was quite successful. Surprisingly so. I got off multiple times. It was a good time. So I am queen of TMI, and now you guys know that. But I just figured I would share with you because, you know, we're trying to get to know each other here. I'm trying to get to know myself. But, oh shit, her arm is not looking right. Okay, we're gonna do that select tool that I told you about. Gonna move this over just a hair that way. Cool. Well, okay, this is some of the, I guess this is actually the meat of the tea, the scorching lava tea that this is. Because he did seem pretty genuine in that, like, we were gonna get breakfast, and that was kind of in the cards. I took a shower because we were just, you know, all covered in our demons. But then he did this thing, and this is, mind you, this is a Sunday, and he was like, oh shit, like I missed this conference call. I was supposed to be on this conference call at 11:30, and I was like, really, on a Sunday? Like, okay. And he was like, yeah, no, because I guess he does, this shoulder blade's really pissing me off, y'all. He does like events, so I guess it was like a conference call regarding this wedding that he's running. I don't fucking know, but he was adamant on saying that he had to get on this call, so we were gonna go get coffee, go get food, whatever, and then he was like, oh, I gotta do this thing, whatever, and I was like, okay, that's fine, like, whatever, it's fine. And then I left and was kind of aware, I was like, well, maybe that was just a ploy for me to get out of his house, whatever, I can live with that. And then when I texted him to do the whole just like, to try to be cute and be like, because the original thing that he had done for me the first thing that day was getting me an iced coffee, so I was like, thank you for the iced coffee. But then I accidentally sent it to the group chat. Problem number 1. Not great. But it was all good, but then I don't know. The conversation felt like it was leaning towards, it feels like he might be a little bit of an asshole, which is fine. I'm not worried about it. As most men are with curved dicks, he was just a little full of himself, you know? And kind of making it seem like he had done me the favor by, you know, fucking me, kind of thing.
Which he did.
Which she's not wrong about. We're gonna cut. I'm gonna figure out these proportions. We'll be back soon. Hot the other day. We're back. Thanks for being patient. She's looking good. She doesn't look like, we don't have that dinosaur hand problem from last time. She's actually looking pretty sexy. She looks pleased. We're gonna add some pink shading because that's the move.
Why are we doing pink shading?
You know, I think I'm just trying really hard to have my signature on something, and it's not revolutionary. I'm not rewriting the book here. I'm not Shakespeare, not Elon Musk, but I am shading my stuff pink. Yeah, that's the thing. It's her body. Pink shading. Yeah, anyway, thanks for tuning in. What do I fucking like, subscribe? Is that what I'm fucking supposed to say now, I guess? No,
Just say bye. Don't say follow or any of that shit. Just say bye.
Bye. Bye.